think the question of stewardship and leadership is a very important one for all businesses. And I think it's an area where many businesses can learn from family business, because stewardship has been a characteristic of family business, and it's been an area where people have identified that competitive advantage in family business. Some of it comes from the principles of stewardship that are often associated with family business leaders. Well, if you think about many family businesses and the success of family business, it's part of it is linked to leaders who care about the business for the business's sake and for the sake of the family. So if we think about the sort of altruistic behaviors of family business leaders in many family businesses, and the sort of vision that they have for their business and its role in long-term support for the family and for the local community and for employees, and not so much for the good of the leader themselves, those principles create a very inspiring form of leadership that leads to long-lasting competitive advantage in firms. Good leadership is the basis of stewardship. So stewardship requires a strong leader, and leadership in the way we understand it has inspiring vision for the firm, walking the walk in terms of living as you want the people in the firm to live. But stewardship is also much more than just leadership. So it's not just enough for the leader to live and manage according to the principles of stewardship, but it has to be infused throughout the organization. The first real challenge is to have a clear vision. So what you need is a leader, and I think you see this, and I've seen this in a number of organizations where I've done research. You have a leader who has a very clear vision for the organization, for its future, an inspiring vision, but a vision based around sort of altruistic relationships and the importance of the firm and the importance of where you're going. So I think there's a big challenge around developing and communicating that clear vision. There's also a leadership challenge around bringing new people into the firm and ensuring they're socialized into this vision. And I think a big challenge for the leader to be very, very consistent in their own behavior. So if you're promoting this stewardship agenda in your organization, you have to make sure that you live that agenda yourself. You have to be seen to be showing that in everything you do and the decisions you make. And that's a big challenge, because sometimes that also means you have to do things that cost more money or that are inconvenient. I think we've seen recently a lot of problems with traditional approach to the way leaders, and especially the short-termism and the focus on share price that's happened in many public companies, that there's a lot of potential for longer-term problems with this kind of a focus. That an over-focus on the short term and on profitability without taking into account a lot more broad sorts of issues leads to the sort of disasters we have seen, especially in the last couple of years, around firms going bankrupt, businesses failing, because of a lack of a long-term agenda around making sure the firm is functioning for a broad range of stakeholders and has a long-term profitability and growth perspective. So I think stewardship is just good management, and it's what good leaders do to make companies, firms, family businesses excellent.